Want help to grow your business? Download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.
Hi, I'm Dale Beaumont and welcome to Secrets Exposed. This is a show that takes you up close and personal with world-leading business experts. And our topic for this interview is how to become the copywriter for your business. That coming up in just a moment. My special guest today is leading copywriter Jesse Forrest, and the topic for this interview is how to become the copywriter for your business. We're going to be chatting for around about 45 minutes, and during that time I want to ask as many questions as I can to help you as a business owner learn about this all-important principle of copywriting so you can attract more leads into your business and convert more of those into customers. Jesse, thanks for joining us.
Dale, thanks for having me. My pleasure.
Tell us about your business and what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So my business is copywritingcrew.com.au. We're a digital copywriting agency, and I'm the founder and chief copywriter for this business. And so what we do is we work with business owners, small, medium, large business owners, also entrepreneurs and marketing agencies. And my team of copywriters and I, we write all of the words for your marketing, for your advertising, whether it's online or offline, that are going to attract customers, sales, leads, and buyers into your business. So we write things like websites, landing pages, email marketing campaigns, even Facebook ads.
All right. Now, I remember when I first got started in business 15 years ago, I didn't even know what copywriting was. So what is copywriting? And let's talk about what it's not as well.
Yeah, so I'm the same. I mean, I used to go to parties and people say, well, what is a copywriter? What is copywriting? And I said, well, it's not drawing the little C symbol at the bottom of documents. That's not what we do.
That's copyright, and that's like intellectual property protection, right?
Yes.
It's completely different to copywriting, which is a subset of marketing, right?
Absolutely. So copywriting is writing the words that are going to get people to take action. So that might be getting people to buy something, getting them to call a phone number, fill out an inquiry form. And it really is, as I said, the words that get people to take action. What it's not content marketing. So that's where people often get confused. So even those who know what copywriting is, know who copywriters are, like myself and my team, they might confuse that with things like blog posts or, newsletter articles or things like that. So just to, make it 100% clear for those watching, copywriting is to get people to take action. So we might write things like websites or sales pages or product descriptions. Even an about page is something, talking about your business is getting people to maybe call your business. So it's getting them to take action. Content is more about informing, educating, and even inspiring people. So content is not copywriting. That might be things, as I said, like your blog posts or like articles you might post online, and that's usually to get traffic. That's usually to, build a relationship with your newsletter list, or maybe build a relationship on your blog for all your blog readers. But that is not copywriting.
So the key is it's not just writing for writing's sake. You're not just trying to put as many words together as you can. It's really all about getting people to take action as effectively as you can. And sometimes it could be a short amount of copy, and other times it's a long amount of copy. So it's whatever it takes in order to get the result that you're after on that particular page or from that particular marketing piece.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Now, do you need any skills or qualification or training to be a copywriter? You obviously entered the business many, many years ago. So what training did you have to go through?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been copywriting for about 11 years now, and I freelanced for quite a long time before starting my own agency. So in the beginning, some people, aspiring copywriters, they also train aspiring copywriters, and some people think that you need to have a journalistic background or you need to have worked in the advertising agency. And yeah, there are copywriters who have that experience. But when I started, there really was no courses or university qualifications specifically about copywriting. I just didn't find the training out there. So personally, I was self-taught. So I went to, private courses. I read as many books as I could. I, sought out mentors. And I'll happily mention some of those people later and even recommend some books for those who want to learn copywriting. But back in the day, I didn't know where to go to learn this skill. And so I'm completely self-taught. And I really think the most important thing is, do you have experience writing for a particular industry? And like, if you're a business owner looking for a copywriter, some of the things you should consider when choosing someone is, how long have they been copywriting for? Is this their full-time thing, or is this kind of a hobby on the side? You also want someone who can not only write for your industry and has experience in that, but I think most importantly can get results. So, if you look at the testimonials on our, website, Copywriting Crew, then, we obviously have lots of experience, lots of results for businesses. And I think that is really the most important thing, because a lot of people can write, they can write poems, they can write, different types of creative writing, but copywriting is a specialized form of writing.
So what I want to do now is ask, why is it so important that business owners learn about this topic of copywriting? Because even on our website, there are hundreds of videos that people can watch and they're all vying for your attention. Why should people choose this one and continue watching right to the end so they can learn about copywriting? Why is it so important?
So specifically for business owners, it's important because there's this great quote. It says by some old advertising guru whose name, eludes me at the moment, but the quote is, 50% of advertising is wasted. The trouble is, I don't know which half that is. So most businesses out there, they have a website, they have marketing materials, they run advertising, and most of it is probably written internally by the business itself, maybe by the founder if it's a small business. But most of it just isn't effective. And, some of it will work, some of it will do okay, but they're never entirely sure. A copywriter will be able to look at advertising, look at a website, and immediately point out what's going wrong, because we've trained our eye to look at advertising and instantly see the mistakes. So a good copywriter will be able to do that. Now, why should a business owner bother to learn copywriting, even if they don't aspire to be a copywriter? Well, if you need to write an email campaign for your business, and maybe you don't have time to find and hire a copywriter, just knowing the basics of copywriting, knowing what's going to work more than what's going to fail, is going to help you, maybe double, triple, quadruple the results you're going to get from that email campaign. So, just understanding the basics, having a good basic understanding of the fundamentals of copywriting, like, have a captivating headline. Make sure your opening paragraph or the first, 100 words is compelling, and always write for your target audience and not for the general public. Just knowing things like that are going to allow you to just make your advertising, your marketing, even your communication, your written communication, so much more effective, which will mean, if you follow that down the line, that your bottom line is going to be, more profitable if you're writing more profitable advertising, because you know what you're doing.
And that's the thing, right? Because you've had many experiences whereby you've been able to literally double the response rate of an advertising piece, whether it be a landing page or a brochure or an ad in a newspaper, for example. And if everything else remains consistent about that business, then you've effectively doubled the business just by increasing the response rate. And so instead of getting 20 callers, they're now getting 40 or 50 callers.
Yes.
And they're now going to convert more into sales. You could literally double businesses this way.
Absolutely. I'd love to talk about one case study real quick.
Please.
We had a client in the UK. So he was, think of like the Anthony Robbins of England. And what we did with him, he was getting most of his leads, so people to register for his seminar, they were coming through the newspaper. So he was running ads in the Daily Mail and lots of different newspapers in the UK. And what we did was, his advertising was already effective. So he was already, filling rooms, but he wanted to see how much more people he could attract to these seminars. He wanted to, obviously grow his business. So the first step in doing that was obviously running more effective advertising. So can we increase the number of callers, the number of people calling and registering for these seminars he was doing? So we did a couple of things on this ad that was already running. The first was we changed the image. Now, when I looked at the ad, and again, a good copywriter will be able to do this, I looked at the print ad. It was a small quarter-page newspaper ad. The main image in that ad was him, it was kind of like a mugshot of him just like smiling, a pretty boring image. And, copywriting isn't just about the words, it's also about the layout and the imagery. So I looked at that image and I said, really, I think we can come up with a better image. Tell me more about your seminar. And again, a good copywriter will ask questions and do enough research. He told me amazing things about this seminar. One thing was that they broke through boards. They got all of the participants at the seminar to write down their biggest fear on a board, and then they taught them how to break through that board, like a karate chop, right? And I thought, that's amazing. Do you have images of this? He said, yeah. So we looked through the image library. There was this one awesome image of, the presenter, Andy, holding up the board, and this kind of short individual punching through the board, and it's like splintering and going everywhere, and that was captured in the image. I said, let's swap out the boring image of you smiling, it looks like a passport photo, with this really attention-grabbing image. We did that, and we also tweaked a few of the copy. We made it more specific. So all of the claims he was making in the ad, he said, thousands of people have attended this seminar already. We said, well, how many thousand? Something like 25,000. Well, that's a lot more believable than thousands of people have attended. So we changed it and tweaked the ad. His calls increased by 250%. So that's an incredible increase. So now that he's got more people at the seminars, the attendance obviously ballooned, and then they were able to obviously make sales and offers at those seminars, which, because there's a much bigger audience, then that grew as well. So it really shows that copy, while it might seem small, tweaking an ad, well, actually that had a flow-on effect to, really increase his bottom line.
Because you're paying for the ad space anyway. The price didn't change, but now a 250% increase just completely changes everything from that point on.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, now before we move any further, I want to just clarify for people. We've mentioned someone with their seminar business, but the principles of copywriting are really universal. It doesn't matter whether you're running a dry cleaning business or you're running you're dog washing, or you're an accountant or financial planner. Principles of copywriting can apply across the board, right? You don't have to, it's not just niche to one specific industry.
To continue enjoying this presentation, download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.